Hey everyone, Metroid Prime Fan 18 here. Um, Back with part 4 of 5, my Half-Life series review. And the game I'll be reviewing this time is Half-Life 2, Episode 2. Now, just as with Episode 1 continuing from Half-Life 2, Episode 2 continues from where Half-Life 1 left off. And if you remember, the train that was leading from City 17 had been just blown over by the explosion from the Citadel. And you're seen in this foresty area, and you're trying to get out of this train, and Alex uses the gravity gun to get you out, and you eventually find out, you get to this shed, and you establish communications with a really weak signal to your dad, or not your dad, but Alex's dad and Isaac. And they say, and the new doctor named Dr. What's his first name? Well, it's Dr. Magnuson. I don't know what his... Might be like Wolfgang or something, I don't know. But they say you have to get to this forest called White Base to give them the info that Alex stole from the Citadel, which is the info they need to launch their rocket. That's a rocket containing this energy that is capable of shutting down the super portal from forming. Now, when the portal or the Citadel exploded, it actually made the distortion above it even bigger. There's a super portal, quote-unquote super portal, under construction that'll be able to deliver several Combine troops all at once, and they're attempting to shut it down before it becomes fully open. So on the way, I mean, your main goal is to reach White Forest, and on the way there, you run into, you're with Alex pretty much all the way through this game. But there is, near the beginning, you're in like this abandoned outpost, and you hear this sound coming from some new enemy. And you go in this house to press a switch to continue on. You're on your way back out, and you see this. It's called a hunter, and this hunter completely just overcomes Alex and almost fatally wounds her. And then a Vorgon suddenly comes along, and he just zaps the hunter, no problems at all. And any antlions that come near Alex's near lifeless body, and picks her up and says that you have to lead him to his tribe to completely heal her. Unfortunately, along the way, you get split up, and you have to basically find your way where he's going yourself. And it's through a tunnel that's filled with antlion grubs, everything. So the next parts of this game are spent trying to, or after you get to the hideout underground, you go through this huge antlion battle, and then, but you also see that Alex is down there with the Vortigaunt. And eventually, 2 or 3 more show up to help with the healing process. And then the lead one says that they have to find what's called the, like the extract of the antlions. So I think it's called. I'll remember it later. Larval extract, that's what it is. There we go. Anyway, so you're journeying basically all through the underground tunnels, and you eventually come to this huge area that's filled with the antlion grubs, along with the queen antlion. And you're running through. You eventually make your way to where the queen can't reach you, and then afterwards you get to the hive that contains the extract, and you have to lower the elevator to get the Vortigaunt down there, because from where he's at, the elevator isn't working, so you have to make it work. And so he takes out the extract. You're on your way back. You heal Alex. She's all better. And then this other interval with G-Man comes up, explaining Alex's past and all that. And then right before the segment ends, he whispers these words to Alex that he wants her to repeat to her dad. Says, "Prepare for unforeseen consequences." And after that, you, Alex, and the Vort you're going along outside. You eventually have to kill both a queen and a king antlion at the same time, which it's a pretty big battle. And you're going from there, and you're basically you're trying to find a car to get to White Forest. And once you do, you and Alex get in. You're riding along. You go through this small little townish area, like a city, and you have a huge hunter battle there. And you just keep going after that, eventually ending up, after all that driving, you go to this outpost. You send out a signal telling them that you're on your way. Another hunter battle. Actually, the town comes after that part. I kind of mixed that up. But you eventually end up at White Forest, and then you learn that the plans are almost completely perfect, except there's a huge band of Striders coming along that's going to ruin the whole plan. One Strider alone could take out the missile silo that's going to launch the missile, and you have to take those Striders out, all of them. It's a huge, it's the biggest battle of any Half-Life 2 game yet, without a doubt. I mean, it's just a huge battle. And after you, before that, you actually have to close the silos to prevent any Combine from slipping in, or at least more than already have. And there's also a few Hunters in the base. And then is the big Strider battle, which is a very hard and fast-paced battle. And there is actually an achievement for saving all the buildings from destruction. There are 3 Striders in the battle that don't care about the silo. All they do is they run. That's right, they run towards the building and just blow it up. Any building that supplies you with these things called Magnuson devices, which is used to blow them up. The other ones don't care about the other buildings. They just walk slow until they get to the main silo. Then, if they hit that, then you have to start all over again, or at least from your last checkpoint. And so after that, plans are complete. Rocket launches, super portals close, and then the ending. And I am not going to spoil the ending. You'll have to play the game for yourself to find out. So that's the story of the game. Gameplay and everything else in this game, weapons, everything else is still the same. The only difference gameplay-wise in this game is that the battery finally, the flashlight finally has its own aux power. It has its own battery. It no longer is the same, runs on the same power as your oxygen level like it did in the previous two. And its battery lasts a long time, and it recharges like light speed. So that's good. So really the only difference here is the story, and the story, especially the ending, a huge twist, is just an extremely well thought out. I thought it was the best story so far, really. But before the ending, you learn there's this ship called the Borealis, which is supposed to hold secrets that can either destroy the Combine or destroy mankind. Isaac says they should go and find it, Gordon and Alex. Eli says they should destroy it. What's on board that ship should not be released, because he says it may cause another incident like Black Mesa. So really, that's all there is to say about Episode 2. Really, the only difference really is the story. Gameplay and everything else, graphics-wise. There are a lot of new environments, like a lot of outside environments, so that's another plus. And there's some new enemies, another plus. This game does have some pretty aggravating achievements, though. This game by itself. But I'll explain those in maybe a future video. But, overall, I give Half-Life 2 Episode 2... Really, I don't really have any complaints with it at all. Well, actually, it is kind of short. Not as short as Episode 1, though, but still a bit short. It could have been a little bit longer. So, I'm still gonna give it a 9.8 out of 10. Definitely a good game. Brilliance. Not really the ending, but for so far, the ending to this series. Cliffhanger ending, until the next one comes out. So, with that, thus concludes my actual Half-Life game reviews, and the final part of the series review will be of Portal. That'll either come up later today or Friday. Depends if I can do it. So with that, it's Metroid signing off.